Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days shall lead to the new moon. But oh, methinks how slow this old moon doth wane. She lingers by desires like to a stepdame or dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time, and then, like to a silver bow, new bent in heaven, shall gaze upon the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriment. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Leave melancholy forth to funerals. Its pale companion is not for our pomp. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and I won thy love doing thee injury. But I shall wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with revelry.
All hail, happy be Theseus, our renowned Duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Step forth, Demetrius. This man, my lord, hath my permission to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. This man, my gracious Duke, hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung with feigning voices verses feigning love. Thou hast stolen the impression of her fantasy with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, and sweetmeats. Thou hast with cunning filched my daughter's heart and turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. Therefore, my lord, if she will not before you proclaim her desire to marry Demetrius, I claim the ancient right of Athens, that, as she is mine, I may dispose of her, either in marriage to this man or to death, according to our law.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, that to you your father shall be but as a god, one who composed your beauties, and yea, one to whom you are but a figure in wax, imprinted by him, and well within his right to either leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this type, one in your father's voice, the other must be deemed the worthier.
I would my father looked, but with my eyes.
Rather, your eyes with his judgment must look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to forever abjure the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires. Know of your youth, examine well your blood. When, if not yielding to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I in shady cloister mewed to be a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to a cold, fruitless moon. Thrice blessed they that can master so their blood and undergo such maiden pilgrimage. But earthlier happy is the rose distilled than that which, withering on the virgin thorn, grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause. And by the next new moon, the sealing date betwixt my love and me for eternal bond of companionship, on that day, I will be prepared to die for disobedience to your father's will, or to marry Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia. And Lysander,
Yield thy crazed tyrant to my certain right!
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander, it is true he hath my love, and what is mine my love shall render to him, and as she is mine, I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortune, every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius. And, which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head, made love to Nada's daughter, and won her heart, and she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess I have heard as much, and with Demetrius meant to have spoke thereof. But being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. Come, Hippolyta, what cheer, my love? Demetrius, Aegeus, go along. I wish to employ you in some business against our nuptial, and confer with you on matters that nearly concern yourselves.
With duty and desire, we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
They like for want of rain that I could well beteem them from the tempest of mine eyes.
Ay me! For aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. But either it was different in blood,
Oh, cross too high to be enthralled so low.
or else misgrafted in respect of years,
Oh, spite too old to be engaged too young.
or else it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell to choose love by another's eyes.
Or, if there were a sympathy in choice, war, death, sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the colleague night, that in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth. And ere a man hath power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick, bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancies follow us.
A good persuasion. Therefore hear me, Herman. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote, 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee. And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. Thou lovest me then. Steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena, to do observance to a morn of May. There will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee, by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's doves, and by that which knitteth souls and prospers loves, and by that fire that burns the Carthage queen when false Troyan under sail was seen, and by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever women spoke. In that same place thou hast appointed me. Tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena, whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars and your tongue sweet air, more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear, when wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching. Oh, were favor so yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye, my tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'd give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty, would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then would Greece's in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to your minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the bladed grass, a time that lovers' flights doth still conceal. Through Athens' gates have we devised the steel.
And in the wood, where often you and I, upon faint primrose beds, were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet. And thence from Athens turn away our eyes, to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Play it out for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities. Things base and vile, holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled. As waggish boys in game themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eye, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I shall go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Is all our company here?
You are best to call them, generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name who is thought fit through all Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of your actors, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and to marry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you, Nick Bottom, the Weaver.
Retty, name the part I am for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover? Or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself, most gallant for love.
That will ask some cheers in the true performing arts. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure to the rest.
Francis,
Yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Hercules rarely, or a part to tear a cat to make all split. The raging rocks, the shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison's gates. And Phoebus' car shall shine from afar and make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. Now name the rest of the players. This Hercules' vein is a tyrant's vein. The lover's more condoled.
Francis Flute, bellows mender. Here, Peter Quince. Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe, a wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
That's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I will speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe, Thisbe, Pyramus, my lover dear, thy Thisbe dear, and the lady dear.
No, you must play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father, Snug the joiner. You, the lion's part. And I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear me roar. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again, let him roar again.
And you should do it too terribly that you would fright the Duchess and the ladies that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
That would hang us all, every mother's son.
I grant you, if you frighten the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar you as gently as any suckling dove. I will roar you as it were any nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus, for Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man, as one should see on a summer's day, a most lovely, gentlemanlike man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. But beard where I best to play it in.
Why, what you will.
I will discharge it in your straw-colored beard, or your orange-tawny beard, or your purple and gray beard, or your French-crowned colored beard, your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you will play bareface. Masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to con them by tomorrow night, and meet me in the palace wood a mile without the town by moonlight. There will we rehearse, for if we meet in the city, we'll be dogged with company and our devices known. In the meantime, I shall draw up a bill of property, such as our play wants. I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we will rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough! Hold or catch bowstrings.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, thorough bush, thorough briar, over park, over hill, thorough flood, thorough fire. I did wander everywhere,
Swifter than the moon sphere,
and I served the fairy queen.
to do her orbs upon the green.
The cowslips tall her pensioners be.
In their gold coats, spots, you see. These be rubies, very favored.
In those freckles live their savers.
I must go seek some dewdrops here.
Hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear.
Farewell, thou lawful spirit, fall be gone. The queen and all our elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed, the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell and wrath, because that she, as her attendant had, a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling. And jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train, to trace the forest wild. But she perforce beholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in neither grove nor green, by mountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do square for all their elves for fear. Creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
I mistake your shape in making white, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are you not he that frights the maidens of the villagery? Gives milk and sometimes labors in the corn and bootless make the breathless housewives churn? And sometimes make the drink to bear no bar, mislead night wanderers, laughing at their harm? Those that hobgoblins call you, and sweet pup. You do their work and they shall have good luck. Are you not he?
Thou speakest? All right. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile. When I, a bean-fed fat horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal. Sometimes lurk I in a gossip's hole, in the very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks, against her lips I bob, and on her with a dewlap pour the ale. The wisest art, telling the saddest tale, sometimes for 3-foot stool mistaken me. Then slip I, over her fall, down topples she, and Taylor cries. And falls into a call. Then the whole choir holds their hips and laughs. And waxing in their mirth and wheeze and swear, a merrier hour was never wasted there. But room, fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress, would that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud to time.
What, jealous Oberon? Fairy Skippins! I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am I not thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin sat all day, playing on pipes of corn and versing love in the amorous Philida. Why art thou here, come from the far steppes of India? Oh, but that, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your busted mistress and warrior love to Theseus must be wedded, and you've come to give their bed joy and prosperity?
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania? Granted my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus, canst thou not lead him to the glimmering night from Paragonia, whom he ravisheth, and make him with fair Agles break his faith with Ariadne and Antiopa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy! Never, since the midsummer spring, met we on hill, in dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain, or by rushy brook, or by the beached margins of the sea, to dance our ringlets in the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling on the land, have every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain. The plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted, ere his youth attained the beard. The boat stands empty in the drowning field, and the crows are fatted with the murried flock. The 9 men's morris is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes on the wanton green, for lack of tread, are undistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with him or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air, that rheumatic diseases do abound. And through this distemperature we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frost fall on the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old Hime's thin and icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is, as in mockery, set. The spring, the summer, the childing autumn, angry winter changes their wanton liveries, and through this increase we see the mazed world knows not which is which. And this progeny of evil comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? Lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I but beg a little changeling boy be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland lies not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night, full often has she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, mocking the embarked traders on the flood, when we would laugh to see sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind. Oh, would she, with free and swimming gait following, her womb then rich with my young squire would imitate, and sail across the land to fetch me trifles, and return again as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die, and for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I shall not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus's wedding day, if you will patiently dance in our rounds and see our moonlit revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me the boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom! Fairies away! We shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Fine then, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for the century! My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest, since once I sat on a promontory and heard a mermaid upon a dolphin's back uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude seas grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music. I remember. That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, lying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal, throated by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. And I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon. And the imperial votaress passed it on and made in meditation, fancy free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, once milk white, now purple with love's wound. And maidens call it love and idleness. Fetch me that flower, that herb I showed thee once, the juice of which on sleeping eyelids laid will make all man, all woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me that herb, and be thou here again before the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put the gunwale about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing then she waking looks upon, be it lion, bear, or wolf, or bull, on meddling monkey or on busy ape, she will pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I remove this charm from her eye, as I can do it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I'm invisible, and I shall overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll stay, the other stayeth me. Thou toldest me they were stolen unto this wood, and here am I, and one within this wood! Because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone and follow me no more!
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or do I not, in plainest truth, tell you that I cannot, nor do not, love you?
And even for that do I love you the more. I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, as unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog?
Do not tempt too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege, for that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night, nor doth this wood lack world of company, for you in my respect are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone, when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide me in the brace, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go. For if thou dost intend to follow, do not believe, but I will do thee mischief in the wood.
Aye, in the temple, in the town, the field, you do me mischief. My Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee and make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall pursue thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, here it is.
I pray thee, give it to me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows, white over canopy with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania sometimes of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delights. And there the snake throws his enameled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. With the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes, and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou this and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it so that the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt recognize him from the Athenian garment he hath on. Affect it with some care, that he may prove more fond of her than she upon her love. And meet me ere the first cock crow.
Lord, as your servant, I shall do so.
Come now, a roundel and a fairy song, and then after the third part of a moment, hints. Ah, come, some to kill cankers from the muskrow's bust, some more with rare mice for their leathern wings to make my small elves' coats, and some to keep back that clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wanders at our quaint spirits. Ah, sing me now asleep, and then to your offices and let me rest.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake. Be it ounce or cat or bear, hard or boar with bristled hair, in thine eye that shall appear. When thou wakest, it is thy gear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and betroth I have forgot our way. We'll rest at Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out to bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
take the sense, sweet of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms, interchained with an oath, so then two bosoms and a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much beshrew my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in human modesty, as such a separation as may well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life ends.
Amen. Amen to that fair prayer say I. And then end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep, give thee all his rest.
And with half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest have I gone, found an Indian nun, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in taking love. Ooh, night and silent, who is here? Deeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, who despised the Athenian maid. But here's the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty crown, pretty soul. She durst not lie next to this lack love, this kill courtesy, curl. Upon thy eye I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid, sleep his seat on thy eyelid. Awake when I am gone, for I am off to Oberon.
Stay, though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence. Do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so.
Stay upon thy peril. I alone will go.
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. Oh, the more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoe'er she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, I am as ugly as a bear. For beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore no marvel though Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's fiery eye? But who is here? Lysander on the ground, dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander! If you live, good sir, awake!
And run through fire I will, for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? No, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you. Then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who will not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe to their season, so I being young, till now ripe not to reason. And touching now the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal to my will and leads me to your eyes, where I o'erlook love stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is it not enough? Is it not enough, young man, that I did never, no, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius's eye, but you must flout my insufficiency. Good troth you do me wrong. Good sooth you do in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare ye well. Perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused should have another, therefore be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come Lysander near. For as the surfeit of the sweetest thing, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings. For as the heresy that men do leave are hated most by those they did deceive, so thou, my surfeit and my heresy, of all be hated but the most of me. And all my powers address your love and might to honor Helen and to be her knight.
Help me! Lysander, help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast! Ay me, for pity. What a dream was here. Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent eat my heart away, and you sat smiling at this cruel prey. Lysander! Why, remove! Lysander! Lord! What, out of hearing? Gone. No sound? No word? Alack, where are you? Speak, and if you hear, speak of all loves. I swoon almost with fear. No? Then I'll perceive you all not nigh. And either death or you I'll find immediately.
Are we all met?
Pat, pat. And here's a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, this hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peterquins!
What sayest thou, holy bottle?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
A fire laken, a parlous fear. I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device that will make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say that we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put him out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it will be written in 8 and 6.
No, make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion? I fear it, I promise.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion among the ladies is a most dreadful thing. For there's not a more fearful wildfowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell, he is not a lion.
Nay, he must name his name, and let half of his face be seen through the lion's neck. And he must speak through saying thus, or to the same effect. Ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble, my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were a pity in my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man as other men are. There indeed let him name his name, and tell them plainly he is Snug the joiner.
Well, it shall be so. But there is two hard things. That is, to bring the moonlight into a chamber. For you know Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine that night we play our play?
A calendar! A calendar! Oh, look at the almanac! Find out moonshine! Find out moonshine!
Yes, it does shine that night!
Why then, may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we perform open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye, or one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lantern, and say he comes to disfigure or to present the person of moonshine. Then there's another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber. For you know, Pyramus and Thisbe says the story did talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall. Let him have some plaster, or some loam, or some rough cast about him, to signify wall. And let him hold his fingers thus, and through that chink shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that break. And so everyone, according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here so near to the cradle of the fairy queen? Want a play towards? I'll be the laughter, and auditor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, thy flowers of odious savor sweet.
Odors, odors.
Odors savor sweet, so hath thy breath, thy dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and by and by I will to thee appear.
Stranger Pyramus, e'er played here.
Must I speak now? Aye, very must you, for you must understand he goes but to see a noise that he heard and is to come again. Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like a red rose on triumphant briar, most frisky juvenile, and eke most lovely June, as true as toss, that yet would never tire. I will meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb. Ninus tomb, man, why? You must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter, your cue is past, it is never tire. As true as toss, that yet would never tire.
Aye, we're all fair. Aye, we're only 9.
Oh, what? Oh, strange. We are haunted. Aye, master.
I'll lead you about around. Through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometimes a horse I'll be. Sometimes a hound, a hog, a headless bear. Sometimes a fire. And I'll neigh and bark and grunt and growl and burn like horse, hound, hog, bear, and fire at every turn.
Why do they run away? This is a neighboring to make me appear.
Oh, Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an accent of your own, do you?
No!
Oh, bless thee, Bottom. Oh, bless thee. Thou art translated! Oh.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me. But I will not stir from this spot, do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing, that they shall hear I am not afraid. The wolves will come to flatter you with thorns tawny bill. The throstle with his toad so true, the wren with little quill.
Oh, what angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo gray, whose note full many a man doth mock, and dares not answer nay. For who indeed would set his wits to so foolish a bird? Who would give a bird the lie, though he cried cuckoo never so?
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. My ear is enamored with thy note, so is my eye enthralled with thy shape, and with fair virtue's force perforce doth move me on the first view, to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you have little reason for that, and yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. And more's the pity that some honest neighbor does not make them friends. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion.
Oh, thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so either, but if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve my own turn.
Oh, out of this wood desirest not to go. Thou shalt remain here whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Oh, therefore go with me, and I shall give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing to thee while on pressed flowers thou dost sleep. Oh, and I will purge thy mortal grossness so, that like an airy spirit thou shalt go. Peace blossom, cobweb, moth, mustard seed.
Ready? And I. Where shall we go?
Oh, be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Open his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with green grapes, purple figs, and mulberries. The honeyback steal from the honeybees, and for night tapers crop their waxen thighs, and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes, to have my love to bed and to arise. Oh, and pluck the wings from the painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Oh, nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal. Hail.
I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
However,
I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Cobweb. If I catch my finger, I will make both with you. Your name, honest gentleman?
Peace blossom.
I pray you, commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and Master Peascod, your father, good Master Peas Blossom. I shall desire to make more acquaintance with you, too. Oh, your name, honest gentleman?
Mustard seed.
Oh, good Master Mustard Seed. I know your patience well. That same cowardly giant-like offspring hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you, your kindred hath made my eyes water ere now. I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Mustard Seed.
Come, wait on him, lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with the watery eye, and when she weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my love's tongue, bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awaked. Been what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote upon in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirits? What might rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with the monster is in love, near to her close and consecrated bower. While she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of pages, rude mechanicals, who work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were well met to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thickskin of the barren sort, who, Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break. When him and his advantage did I take, an ass's knoll I fixed upon his head. Anon, his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic come. And when they spy him, like wild geese that creeping fowler eye, or russet-padded cocks, rising and calling at the gun's report, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky. So at his sight away his fellows fly, and here at our stab, oh, and o'er one falls, him murder cries and help from Athens call. Their sense thus weak, lost in their fear thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briar and thorn at their apparel did snatch, some sleeves, some hats, illness all things catch. I led them around in his extracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated here. When at that moment it came to pass, Titania awoke, and stored away loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes with love juice, as I bid thee do?
I took you while sleeping, that is finished too. Any Athenian woman by his side, that when he awoke, by force she must be I.
Stand close. This is that same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Thy breath so bitter, your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse. For thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being o'ershoes in blood, plunge in the deep, and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I'll believe as soon this whole earth may be void, and that the moon may through the center creep, and so displease her brother's noontide with the Antipodes. It cannot be but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I. Pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear, as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Ah, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Ouch, dog! Ouch, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience! Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. Oh, once, tell true, even for my sake. Durst thou have looked upon him being awake, and hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Could not a worm, an adder, do so much? An adder did it, for with doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent, never adder stung.
You spend your passion on this prized mood. I'm not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
A privilege, never to see me more. And from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while I will remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow for debt, that bankrupt sleep doth sorrow owe, which now
in some slight measure it will pay. If for his tender here, I make some stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. Of thine his prison must perforce ensue. Some true love turn, not a false turn true.
Then fate overrules that one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
Go thou through this grove, and Helen of Athens look thou fine. All fancy sick is she, pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion, see thou bring her here. I'll charm his eye against she do appear.
I go, look how I go. Swifter than an arrow from a Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, stained with Cupid's archery, sink, and that will love his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. Wake when thy love be by, and beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our ferry band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's speed. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Stand aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
And two will at last woo one, and needs must be sport alone. And those things that do best please me, that befall preposterously. Why should you think that I should woo and scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and vows so born in their nativity all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you? Bearing the badge of faith to prove them true.
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh, devilish holy fray. These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me put in two scales will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, but he loves not you.
Oh, Helen, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine. To what, my love, shall I compare thine eye? Crystal is muddy. Oh, how ripe and shown! Thy lips, those kissing cherries, tempt and grow. That pure congealed white, high Taurus snow, fanned with eastern wind, turns to a crow. When thou holdest up thy hand, oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see you are all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so, to vow and swear and superpraise my parts when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. You are both rivals and love Hermia. And now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise, to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia. This you know I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart. In Hermia's love, I yield you up my part, and yours of Helena, to me bequeath, whom I do love, and will do till my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia. I will none. If ever I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her, but as guest why sojourn. And to Helen,
to this home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Despair is not the fate thou dost not know, lest thy parallel shall abide it dear. Look, where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Dark night, that from the eye his function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes. Wherein it doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found. Mine ear, I thank it, brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay, whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love, that would not let him by. Fair Helena, who more engilds the night than all yon fiery oaths and eyes of light. Why seekest thou me? Cannot this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours we have spent when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us, oh, is it all forgot? All school days' friendship, childhood innocence. We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key, as if our hands, our sides, our voices, and minds had been incorporate. So we grew together, like to a double cherry, seeming parted, but yet in union in partition. Two lovely berries molded on one stem, so with two seeming bodies, but one heart. Two of the first, like coats and heraldry, due but to one, and crowned with one crest. And will you rent our ancient love asunder, to join with men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly. 'Tis not maidenly. Our sex as well as I may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander as in scorn to follow me and praise my eyes and face? And made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul, and tender me, forsooth, affection, but by your setting on, by your consent? What? Though I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most, to love unloved. This you should pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do. Persevere. Counterfeit sad looks. Make mouths upon me when I turn my back. Wink each at other. Hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you had any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare ye well. 'Tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena. Hear my excuse, my love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Excellent.
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Oh, thou canst compel no more than she entreats. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Fair Helena, I love thee. By my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
Oh, if thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come!
Lysander, whereto tends all this?
Oh, away, you Ethiop!
No, he'll seem to break loose. Take on as you would follow, but yet come not. For you are a tame man, Go!
Hang off, thou cat! Thou bird! Vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent!
Why are you grown so rude? What change is this, sweet love?
Oh, thy love? Out, tawny tartar! Out! Out, loathed medicine, oh, hated potion, hence!
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
Should I hurt her? Strike her? Kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh me, what news, my love? Am not I Hermia? Are not you Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me, yet since night you left me. Why then, you left me? Oh, the gods forbid! In earnest shall I say?
I, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain nothing truer. 'Tis no jest that I do hate thee and love Helen.
Oh me. You juggler! You caper blossom, you faithful love! What have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fine in faith. Have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What? Will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie! Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you!
Puppet! Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted Maypole? Speak! How low am I? I am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach unto thine eye.
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewishness. I am a right mate for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think because she is something lower than myself that I can match her.
Lower! Hark again!
Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia, did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you. Save that, in love unto Demetrius, I told him of your stealth unto this wood. He followed you, for love I followed him, but he hath chid me hence, and threatened me, to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And now so, you will let me quiet go. To Athens I will bear my folly back, and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Why, get you gone! Who is it that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius!
Be not afraid, she shall not harm thee.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she is angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little! Again! Nothing but low and little! Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her!
Get you gone, you dwarf! You minimus of hindering knot grass made, you bead, you acorn!
You are too officious, and her hath but scorned your services. Let her alone, speak not of Helena, take not her part. For if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide it.
Now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest, to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
You mistress! All this coil is long of you! Nay, go not back!
I will
know not what to say.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest, or else committest thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me that I would know the man by the Athenian garment that he had on? And so far blameless is my enterprise, as I have anointed an Athenian's eyes. So glad am I did it, so did sword for all their jangling I esteem as sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. High therefore, Robin, overcast the night. The starry welkin cover thou anon, with drooping fog as black as Acheron. And so lead these testy rivals so astray, as one come not within another's way. Like to Lysander, sometimes frame thy tongue, and stir Demetrius up to bitter wrong. And sometime rail thou like Demetrius, and look thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep, with leaden legs and batsy wings doth creep. And crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. And when the lovers awake, they shall think all this derision is as a dream and fruitless vision. And back to Athens shall they wend, with leave whose date till death shall never end. Whiles I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy. And then her charmed eye release from monster's sight, and all shall be peace.
My very lord, this must be done with haste, for knights with dragons already cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, on whose approach ghosts, wandering here and there, drove home the churchyards. Damned spirits all that crossways and floods have buried, already to their roomy beds have gone. For fear lest they should look their shames upon, they willfully themselves exile from the light, and must consort for aye, black-browed night.
But we are spirits of another sort. I, with the morning's love, have oft made sport, and like a forester the groves may tread, till the eastern gates, all fiery red, opens up with blessed beams on Neptune, and turns to yellow gold his salt green streams. But notwithstanding haste, make no delay, we may yet effect this business ere the break of day.
Up and down, up and down. I am feared, up and down. I will lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now!
I am here, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I will be with thee straight!
Follow me then, to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again! Thou runaway, thou coward! Art thou fled? Speak! In some bush? Where dost thou hide thy head?
Art thou bragging to the stars and telling the bushes that thou lookest for wars but wilt not come? Come, recreant, come thou child, I'll whip thee with the rod. He is the file that draws a sword on thee.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice, we'll try no manhood here.
He goes before me and still dares me on. When I come where he calls, then he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster he did fly. That fallen am I, in dark, uneven way. And here will rest me. Come, thou gentle day, for if but once thou show me thy great light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Ho, 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 coward! Why comest thou not?
Abide me if thou darest, for well I wot, thou runnest before me, shifting every place, and darest not stand, nor look me in the face!
Well, I am here, drawn and ready.
Nay, then thou mockest me. Thou shalt buy this dear, if I thy face by daylight see. Now go thy way! Faintness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed by day's approach. Look to be visited.
Oh, weary night! Oh, long and tedious night, abate thy hours. Shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight from these that my poor company detest. And sleep, that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from mine own company.
Yet but 3. Come one more. 2 of both kinds make up 4. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, lustily poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe. Bedabbled with the dew and torn with the briars, I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest me till the break of day. Heaven shield Lysander if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleeping sound, I will apply to your eye gentle lover's remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye. And the country proverb known, that every man should take his own, with your waking shall be known. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Come, sit thee on this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair lodgings, my gentle joy.
Where's Peace Blossom?
Ready.
Scratch my head, Peace Blossom. Where is Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready.
Monsieur Cobweb, good Monsieur, get you your weapons in your hand and kill me a red-pipped humblebee on top of a thistle. And good Monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Do not fret yourself too much in the action, Monsieur. And good Monsieur, have a care the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you overflown with the honey bag, Signor. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready.
Give me your neat, Monsieur Mustard Seed. I pray you leave your courtesies, good Monsieur.
What is your will?
Nothing but to help Cavalry Cobweb to scratch. Methinks to the barbers, Monsieur. Methinks I am marvelously hairy about the face. But I am such a tender ass that if my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
What, wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I have a reasonably good ear in music. Let us have the tongue and the bones.
Oh, or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Truly, a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, half no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that will seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I had rather have a handful or 2 dried peas. But I pray you, let none of your people stir me, for I have a great exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms.
Fairies, be gone, and be always away.
Oh, so doth the woodbine the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist, and the clocky fingers of the elm so enrings my love. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity, for meeting her of late behind this wood, seeking sweet favors of this hateful fool. I did upbraid her and fall out with her, for she, his hairy temples had rounded with a coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, and that very dew which sometime on the bud is wont to swell, like round and orient pearl, now stood in the pretty flowered sides like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. When I at my pleasure had taunted her, and she in mild terms had begged my patience, I did then ask her of her changeling boy, which she gave me straight, and her fairy sent to carry him to my bower in fairyland. Now I have the boy, and I shall undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. Good Puck, remove this transformed scalp from the head of this Athenian swain, that waking when the other do, all to Athens back again repair, and this night's accident shall seem as the fierce vexations of a dream. But first, I shall release my fairy queen. Be as thou want to be, see as thou want to see. Dian's bud or Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, awake, my fairy queen.
Oh, my Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies thy love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eyes loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Puck, remove that transformed head. Titania, music call that strike more the dead than common sleep of all these five the sense.
Music, oh, music such that charmeth sleep.
When thou awakest, with thy own fool's eyes peep.
Now, my queen, take hand with me, and stomp the ground most trippingly where these sleepers be. Thou and I are new in amity, and tomorrow midnight solemnly shall we in Duke Theseus' house dance triumphantly, and there bless it to all prosperity. Then these pair of couples shall be wedded with Theseus in all jollity.
My king, attend and mark. I hear the call of the morning lark.
Now, my queen, in silent sad trip we after the night's shade, but the globe will compass soon, faster than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I, sleeping here, was found with these mortals on the ground.
Go, one of you, find out the forester. For now, since our observations have been performed, and since we are in the veilward of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds uncoupled in the western valley. Let them go, and one of you find the forester. My love, to the mountain tops we go to hear the musical confusion of hounds and echoes in conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in a wood of Crete they bayed the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for beside the lake, the sky, the fountains, every region near was all one mutual cry. Oh, I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
But soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep, and Lysander. This is Demetrius and Helena, old neighbor's Helena. I wonder that they're being here together.
No doubt they arose early to observe the rites of May, and hearing our intent, came here and grace our solemnities. But speak, Aegeus, Is this not the day that Hermia gives us your choice?
It is, my lord.
Ah, well, go. Have the huntsmen wake them with their horns. Good morrow, friends. St. Valentine is past. Begin these couples to uncouple now?
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all, stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this sweet concord in the world that hatred can be so far from jealousy, yet sleep near hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half sleep, half waking. But as yet, I swear I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think for truly what I speak, now do I bethinks me, so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without the peril of Athenian law.
Enough! Enough! You have enough, my lord. I beg the law upon his head. Oh, they would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius, thereby to defeat you and me. You of your wife, and me of my consent. My consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood. And I in fury hither followed them. Fair Helena in fancy following me. But, my lord, what not by what power? But some power it is. I love the Hermia, melted as the snow. Now seems to me as the remembrance of an idol god, which in my childhood I did dote upon. Now all the faith, virtue in my heart, the object and pleasure in mine eye, is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia, but like in sickness did I loathe this food, but as in health come to my natural taste. Now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
There, lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we more will hear anon. Aegeus, I am overbearing your will, for in the temple by and by, these two couples will eternally be knit. And now that the morning is something well worn, our purposed hunting shall be set aside. To Athens, 3 and 3, we will hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem small and undistinguishable, like far-off mountains turned into clouds.
When everything seems double, methinks I see these things with parted eye.
So methinks. And I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure that we are awake? For it seems to me that though we sleep, we dream. Do not you think that the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why then we are awake. Let us follow him. And by the way, let us recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me, and I will answer. Well, my next is their pyramids. What hope? Peter Quince? Flute the Velomender? Snug the Joiner? Starveling? Oh, God's my witness. Stolen hence and left me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream. It is past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he goes to expound upon this dream. Methought I was. There is no man that can say what. Methought I was, and methought I have. Man is but a patched fool if he offered to report what methought I had. Man's eye hath not heard, man's ear hath not seen, his hand not able to taste his tongue to conceive his, nor his heart, able to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream, and it shall be called Bottom's Dream, for it hath no bottom. I will sing it at the latter end of the play before the Duke. Peradventure, to make it more gracious, I will sing it at her death.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Has he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt he is transported.
If he comes not, the play is marred. Comes not forward, doth it?
It is not possible. You have not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus but he.
No, he is simply the best wit of any handicraft man in Athens.
Yea, and the best person, and he is a very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon, a paramour. This is a thing of what?
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there are 2 or 3 lords and ladies more merry. If our sport had gone forward, we would all be made men.
So sweet bully Bottom, thus hath he lost 6pence a day during his life. He could not escape 6pence a day, and the Duke, had he not given him 6pence a day for playing Pyramus, I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it. 6pence a day improves for nothing.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Almost courageous day, almost a happy hour.
Masters, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what, for if I tell you I am no true Athenian. I will tell you everything right as it fell out.
Let us hear, sweet Bottom.
Not a word of me. All that I will say is the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together, good strings to your beards, new ribbons for your pumps. Meet presently at the palace. Every man look over his part. For the short and long is, our play is preferred. In any case, let Thisbe have clean linen, and let not he who plays the lion pare his nails where they shall hang out for the lion's claws. And, dear actors, eat no onion nor garlic, for we are to utter sweetbread. And I do not doubt but to hear them say, it is a sweet comedy. No more words. Away! Go away!
Strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I shall never believe these antique fables, these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that to apprehend more than cold reason can comprehend. These tricks have such strong imaginations that when apprehending some joy, it comprehends the bringer of that joy. Or at night, imagining some fear, how easily a bush becomes a bear.
But all the story of the night, told over, and all their minds, transfigured so together, more witnesses than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Oh, here come the lovers now, full of joy and mirth. Joy, sweet friends, joy in days of fresh love upon your hearts.
More than to us, wait from your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Now then, what music have we? What masks? How shall we while away the long era of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtimes? Where is our usual manager of mirth? Is there no play to while away these agonizing hours? Call Philostrate.
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgments have you for this evening? What masks? What music? How else to while away the lazy time, if not with some delight?
There's a brief. How many sports are right? Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The battle with the centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. Will none of that. That I have told my love in honor of my kinsman Hercules. The riot of the tipsy bacchanals, tearing the Thracian singer in their rage. Now, that is an old device, and it was last played when I first came from Thebes as a conqueror. The thrice three muses mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary. That is some satire, keen and critical, but not sorting with a nuptial ceremony. A tedious, brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe. Very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical? Tedious and brief? That is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I've known to play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play, there's not one word apt, one player fitted, and tragical, my noble lord, it is, for Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which, when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, make mine eyes water, but more merry tears, the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-headed men that work in Athens here, which have never labored in their thoughts until now, and have toiled in their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And I shall hear it.
No, no, my lord, it is not for you. I've heard it over. It is nothing, nothing in the world, unless you can find sport in their intents, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
We shall hear that play, for nothing can be amiss when duty and simple-mindedness accompany it. Show them in.
I love not to see wretchedness o'ercharged, and duty in his service perishing.
Why, my sweet love, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kinder we to thank them for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake. Love, therefore, and tongue-tied simplicity, at least means most in my capacity.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
If we offend, it is with our goodwill, that you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill. To show our simple skill, that is the true beginning of our end. Consider then we come but not in despite. We do not come as minding to contest you, our true intent is. All for your delight we are not here, that you should here repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that you are like to know.
This man doth not speak upon points.
He hath written his prologue like a rough colt. He does not stop. A good moral, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, he had played upon his prologue like a child on a recorder. A sound, but not in government.
His speech was like a damaged chain. Nothing broken, but all out of order. Who is next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you will know. This beauteous lady Thisbe is certain. This man with lime and rough cast doth present wall, that vile wall which did these lovers sunder. And through wall's chink, poor souls, they are content to whisper, at the which let no man wonder. This man with lanthorn, dog, and bush of thorn presented moonshine. For, if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb, there to woo. This grisly beast, which lion hight by name, the trusty Thisbe coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And Thisbe, her mantle she did fall, and lion bloody mouth did stain, anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain, whereat with bloody blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast, and Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger threw, and died. For all the rest, let lion, moonshine wall, and lovers twain at large discourse, for here they do remain.
I wonder if lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord. One lion made what many asses do.
In this same interlude it doth befall that I, one snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think, that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers Pyramus and Thisbe did whisper often, very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so, and this the cranny is, bright and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Wouldst thou want line and hair to speak better?
'Tis the wittiest partition that ever heard discourse, my lord.
But here, Pyramus approaches the wall. Silence.
Oh, Grimlock's night, oh night with hue so black, oh night which ever art when day is night. Oh night, alack, 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 I fear thy Thisbe's promise is forgotten. And thou wall, oh sweet and lovely wall, that stands between her father's ground and mine, thou wall, oh sweet and lovely wall, show me thy cheek to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall. Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No, Thisbe do I see? Oh, wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss. Curse be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks me insensible, should curse again.
No, sir, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. You shall see it will fall pecked as I have told you. Yonder, she comes.
Oh, wall, full often hast thou heard my moans, reporting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with line and hand is often need.
I see a voice. Now will I to the cheek, to spy and to hear thy Thisbe's face. Thisbe,
My love, thou art my love, I think.
think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace. Like Edgar, I am trusty still.
And I, like Helen, to the fates me kill.
Not Shaftless to Procrus was so true.
As Shafalus to Procus, I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the whole of this vile wall.
I kiss the walls, oh, not thy lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straight away?
Tide light, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so. And, being done, thus wall away, doth go.
Now is the mural down between the two neighbors.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
Now the best of this kind are but shadows, and the worst of this kind are no worse if imagination do amend.
It must be your imagination and not theirs.
If we imagine them no worse than they imagine themselves, then they may pass for worthy gentlemen. Ah, here come two noble beasts now, a man and a lion.
You ladies, you whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here, when lion rough in wildest rage doth roar. then know that I, Snug the joiner, am a lion's fell, nor else no lion's dam. For if I should, as lion, come into this place in strife, 'twere pity on my life.
A gentle beast, methinks, of good conscience.
A very best set of beasts, my lord, that ever I saw.
This lion is a very fox for his valor.
Aye, and a goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lord, for his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
Aye, but his discretion cannot carry his valor, and the goose cannot carry the fox. It is well. Let him be led to his discretion. Now let's listen to the moon.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present.
He should have worn the horns on his head!
The moon being a crescent, the horns are hidden inside the circumference.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present. Myself, the man in the moon, do seem to be.
Oh, this is the greatest error of them all. The man should be put inside the lanthorn, because how else is the man of the moon?
He dares not come for the candle, for you see he is already in snuff.
I grow weary of this moon. Would he would change.
Well, judging by his low light, he is in wane. But let us listen more and be polite.
Proceed, moon.
All that I have to say is to tell you that this lanthorn is the moon. I, the man in the moon, this thorn bush, my thorn bush, and this dog, my dog.
Why, all these should be in the lanthorn, for all these are in the moon. But silence, here comes Thisbe.
This is old Minnie's tomb, but where is my love?
Well, roared lion!
Well run, Thisbe!
Well shown, moon. Truly, the moon shines with a good grace.
Well moused, lion.
And then came Pyramus.
Oh, and so the lion vanished?
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious, golden, glittering gleams, I trust to take of truest this be sight. But stay, oh spite! But mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here. Eyes, do you see? How can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear, thy mantle good, what? Stained with blood? Approach furies fell! Oh, fates, come, come, cut, thread and thrum, quell, crush, conclude and quell.
This passion and the death of a dear friend may go close to make a man look sad.
Beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore now thou nature disavows lion's frame, since lion vile hath deflowered my dear, that is, no, that was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that looked, that liked with cheer. Oh, come, tears, confound, out, sword and wound, the path of Pyramus. Aye, that's path where heart doth hop. Thus die I. Thus. Now am I dead. Now am I fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now, die! 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 Die!
No die, but an ace for him, for he is but one.
Not an ace, man, for he's dead. He's nothing.
With the help of a surgeon, he might yet recover and prove an ass. She shall discover him by starlight. Ha! Here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Oh, methinks she should not use a long one, such a Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
A note will turn the balance. Which Pyramus, which Thisbe is the better? He for man, God for us. She for woman, God bless her.
Oh, and she hath spied him already with those sweet eyes.
Oh, and thus she means Vidalis.
Asleep, my love? What, dead, my dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise! Speak! Speak! Quite dumb! Dead, dead! Oh! A tomb must cover thy sweet eyes, these lily lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone! Are gone! Lovers make moan! His eyes were green asleep. Oh, sisters three, come to me, with hands as pale as milk. Lay them in gore, for you'll shorn with shears his thread of silk. Oh, not a word. Trusty sword, come blade, my breast embroil. Oh, and farewell, my friends. Thus this be ends. Adieu, adieu, adieu. Ah!
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
I am Walter!
No! Assure you, the wall is down that part of their fathers. Will it please you to see the epilogue?
No epilogue, I pray you, for your play needs no excuse. For when all the players are dead, there is no one left to blame. Oh, please, no epilogue. The iron hand of midnight has struck 12. Lovers, to bed. I fear we will oversleep the coming morn as much as we have overwatched. This palatal gross play hath well beguiled the heavy gait of night. Sweet friends, to bed. A fortnight held we these solemnities with nightly revels and new jollity.
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf behows the room, whilst the heavy plowman snores, all with weary work foredone. Now the wasted brands do glow, whilst the screeching owl, screeching loud, puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now it is the time of night that all the graves gaping wide, everyone lets forth his sprite when the churchways pass the glide. And we fairies that do run by the triple pancake's team, by the passing of the sun, following the darkness like a dream, now all frolic. Not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house, and I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Through this house, give glimmering light by the dead and drowsy fire. Every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar, and this ditty, after me, sing and dance it trippingly.
First rehearse each song by rote, and then to each word a warbly note. Hand in hand in fairy grace, we sing our songs and bless this place.
Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray. To the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be. And the issue there creates, ever to be fortunate. So shall all these couples three, true and loving, ever be. And the box of nature's hand on this issue never stand, neither mole, nor hairlip, nor scar, nor mark prodigious such as are despised in nativity. Through this house several chamber bless, to the owner's peace and ever in safety rest. Now trip away, make no stay. Meet me ere the break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, and while these visions did appear, no more yielding than a dream. Gentles, do not reprimand. If you pardon, we will mend. And, as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck, now escape the serpent's tongue. We will make amends ere long. Thus a puck a liar called. So, good night, until you all. Give me your hand, if we be friends, and Robin will restore amends.
Hey, it did. And I got these